Hey Capricorns, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your second half of December general reading here. So in the meditation, I saw an image from Leeza Robertson's Animal Totem Tarot deck of the Eight of Pentacles. And in that deck, the Eight of Pentacles is depicted as a mountain goat making its way down a mountain, kind of jumping over the cracks and kind of moving in a way that only mountain goats can, right? So I saw this mountain goat in your meditation, and I saw it walking down like a very dark path that just was absolutely filled with black onyx. So black onyx as a crystal is associated with protection and strength and energy conservation and wellness as well. So Eight of Pentacles, the tagline or the energy around that is hard work and talent or ability meeting up with divine timing. So it's that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready energy. That's the Eight of Pentacles. It's also about the work that you do and your work ethic when nobody else is watching, when no one is looking, when you are, setting your own standards and then holding yourself to them. So that feels very much in alignment with that sort of home base aspect of Capricorn energy, right? You guys have a certain reputation for being hard workers and being reliable and really, always being that kind of person or energy whenever you're given something or someone is relying on you for something, you get it done. You get it done and you get it done well and in a timely manner. And if you say you're going to do something, you do it. So that's a beautiful, beautiful energy coming through for you. So I saw this mountain goat just going down this black onyx path through these mountains, and it was all black onyx. And it was a bit of a strange sight in the meditation because there was this feeling of like, oh my God, this poor goat, like it's in a dark terrain. It doesn't know where it's going, but it was just this bright, white light of this lovely goat, really, just persevering through the darkness. And I could hear the clacking as it walked on the black onyx. And then I saw it just keeping on going. And then it ended up suddenly the scene changed, and it had been through this dark valley, and it came out and it was like on this dirt road, and the sun was shining really brightly, and it made its way over to this path. And there was this huge group. I don't know what the term is for a group of mountain goats. If you want to let me know in the comments, I'd appreciate it because I like information, but I don't know the term. But it was a group or a, gaggle of goats. Just borrow the term from geese here. And it was they looked exactly like this Capricorn mountain goat. And it was this goat had found its tribe. It had found its place. They were there all along. And it was almost as if they were expecting it. It was oh, okay, hey. And then they kept moving together as a group down this road. And then the goat stopped that I'd seen in the meditation, then looked at me as the viewer and kind of gave me a wink. Very interesting meditation here. So yeah, overall this really distinct feeling of finding your place or ending up where you belong, possibly by your own design or really just, an energetic result of you putting in the work and your skill set and really honing those things with your passion and your drive and your dedication, all of those in alignment Capricorn attributes that help you in that way, and it landing you in a place where you just belong and you can feel that exactly where you're meant to be. So the hard work is landing you where you're meant to be. It feels really, really good, Capricorn. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what your cards say. Hey Capricorns, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the second half of December. Oh, that took no time at all. I love it. Wow. So we have the swan here, beautiful water energy. This is really beautiful. This is Aquarius energy. So this represents, great hope, great faith, great love, physical wellness, intuitive prowess. It's just a beautiful shining star that comes after the tower, right? So it's one of the absolute best energies. It also relates to wish fulfillment as well. Back to that idea of wishing on a star. So this is the star key from the tarot. It's really gorgeous, but it's interesting because what I immediately notice here, and you are probably noticing this too, is remember when I said that this white mountain goat had found its, tribe, as it were, and it fit right in and it moved along. that's what I'm getting from this mirror reflection. It's like meets like. Isn't that interesting? So there's that reflective aspect of like being in alignment and finding where you belong. There's also this aspect within Swan medicine that is very much about surrendering to the will of spirit or higher power or the path or whatever that is for you. And in doing so, finding yourself aligned to where you're meant to be, which lines up really nicely with that meditation for you. Because there's this aspect of the swan that looks really beautiful and graceful, you know, on top of the water, right? But underneath the water, those feet are just paddling a mile a minute, right? Doing the most. So it's interesting that there's this aspect of how things appear versus the hard work that goes into, you know, looking so graceful, gliding across the water in that way. You know, there's also this other element that's coming through with this about, you know, back to that idea of that mountain goat going through that onyx mountain path. It just felt like, you know what, mountain goat, this feels dangerous for you. I don't know if you need to be here. It felt a bit perilous. But the mountain goat was just like, la da da, I'm gonna keep going on, even though it looks a little grim right now, even though the path is a bit dark, even though I'm walking on this black onyx, I know that I'm protected, and I know that I just gotta follow my own North Star, my own compass, and keep it moving. And as a result of doing so, right? It didn't get frozen in fear. It just kept moving it along. And then it ended up exactly where it's meant to be, in divine and perfect timing, another aspect of the star key energy, because it was able to meet up with these fellow mountain goats at the exact moment that they arrived at the same point in the path. So there's a sense of divine timing around this as well. This is feeling really like chill-inducing, Capricorn. You know, also we, of course, are heading into your birthday season, not too long from now. And you know, this energy as well, Aquarius energy, comes right after you, and it is about that wish fulfillment, your birthday season, making a wish. So this feels incredibly positive. Let's see what is going on. What is going on for Capricorn? Oh, well, I can't say I'm surprised. So you've got the Magician here right off the top, another major arcana to go with the star energy there. Like I said, this doesn't surprise me even a little bit. You know, the Magician is very much about taking ownership of your own ability and really your own responsibility, if I'm being honest, about co-creating with the universe, right? The reality that you want to experience. So it's about going, no, I recognize that I'm a creator. I'm co-creating everything in my experience. There may be aspects of it that happen that involve other people and bigger pictures that I don't really have a say in or a direct part of, but I do understand that I have a certain responsibility to create with my own vision and my own intention, right? This isn't about letting things happen to me or just, you know, at me, as it were. This is about me taking ownership, stepping into my power, and understanding that no one else is going to do this for me. I create the life that I want to live. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. You know, all of these tools here with the wand and the cup and the pentacle and the sword, this is saying I recognize all the tools at my disposal to create whatever I want to create, and I know how to use them. So it's really beautiful. It feels like a very confident energy here. You know, also with the Magician and the Fox energy as well, there's this certain aspect of going about things in a way that is specific to you. So not trying to do things like other people do them. You know, this can come up a lot in life where, you know, people are like, oh, well, why don't you do this? A lot of people have strong opinions or will try to guide you down certain paths or have a lot to say about what you do or are not doing. But this really speaks to your unique vision. It's just reminding me of that goat, like walking on the black onyx, where it's like that goat was following its own North Star that I couldn't see, that no one else could see, and it ended up exactly where it was meant to. So it feels like you are very much in alignment with your path moving forward and your role within it. It just feels incredibly empowered, aligned, and it's again, that aspect of divine timing. It feels like it's just all over this thing. And it's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. It's like, hello. So we have the Three of Wands here. This is just, it's brilliant. So remember that wands are fire energy, and the wands connect us to our soul, right? The wands represent the soul. So this is, you know, largely about the work that we do that we're passionate about. It's about our relationships that get us passionate. And it's also about action, right? What we do or don't do regarding those things, right? So it's interesting here with the Three of Wands because the Two of Wands, right, is about planning, really getting that foundation strong. It's dotting those I's, crossing those T's, and making sure that you are ready, right? Staying ready so you, whatever opportunity arises, you can meet it. It's kind of hearkening back to that Eight of Pentacles energy as well. But what's so brilliant about this is that this denotes that you've done that work. Your foundation is secure and set. You know what you're doing. You know where you want to go. You may not have the vehicle to get there or the ability to just, you know, move ahead on your own terms quite yet, because the Three of Wands here, this third wand, this is a benefactor coming in who is seeing what you have done and goes, hey, I want to help you. Like get to the next level and get to where you want to go. This can be a friend that comes in to help partner with you and helps you move the vision as a collective. This can be an actual benefactor who wants to, you know, fund you in some way. This could be, you know, someone coming along that's a friend or a colleague and saying, you know what, I'm going to recommend you to this. Or, hey, there was this opportunity, you know, should I put your name in the hat for it? Or, hey, I heard about this person who needs just the skill set that you have. You know, what do you think? Should I set that up? It's the universe responding to you doing the work in the form of other people or external opportunities that you don't necessarily see coming. And that's the best part of Three of Wands, because it's the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor because you've done the work, you've set the foundation, right? If you stay ready, that's what this is. It's really, really beautiful. But do you feel how empowering this is? It's very active, right? It's very purposeful. It's very much like, okay, I'm moving ahead. I'm following my own, you know, North Star, and I have a clear vision and purpose and intention, and I'm moving on it. And it's really good, Capricorn. It's so, so good. Right. Okay. So here we come to a certain fork in the road, but I like it. So here we have the Seven of Cups. So let's talk about this. So the Seven of Cups it's an interesting one, because it is more water here, just like the Swan, although it's a bit of a hybrid. It's Aquarius energy as well, which is air. So Seven of Cups, you know, a lot of people refer to this key as the dreams deferred card. And it's that aspect of having a lot of options or choices, so much so that you fail to commit to any one of them, right? Or any two of them, or whatever that is for you. You've got some animal medicine here in the form of dragonfly, which is Ace of Swords energy, which is clarity, decisions, aha moments, eureka moments, contracts, agreements, and going, I choose this, I'm moving forward with it, I don't doubt it, it's very clear in my mind, suddenly I know what I must do, right? It's that kind of energy. So they're hovering above the glasses going, hey, 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 like look up here, find that sort of truth, right? There's just a lot of stimuli going on that you can get lost in it, right? But here's what's interesting about that, because we're going from the Magician to the Three of Wands, right? Help coming in, and then the Seven of Cups. And this is so often the case when we manifest, when we're living life in a way where we are attracting, you know, things and opportunities, that when we are in the mode of attracting things toward us, right? When we are in that light and that energy, first of all, not everything that comes towards us is going to be the best opportunity for us. And that's where discernment and that Ace of Swords comes in. Because if your light is on, your light is on. And it's not just going to be the things that are perfect for you that comes towards you, right? It's like you're going to need to make a judgment call. So, you know, what I'm getting with this for you within this Seven of Cups is I do feel like there's a certain level of abundance of options coming your way. But look how this is lining up. It's really perfect, actually, because you've got this foundation set, right? You got there by your own sheer force of will, which is the Magician energy, right? And then you're getting this help, you're getting this movement, you're getting opportunities, right? Things are moving forward for you, right? And then it lands you with a lot more options than you had before. So then really the name of the game becomes, okay, well, let me center into my focus and open my mind, right? Because this is a very clear vision and path. So then when you have more options before you, it becomes, okay, well, let me consider all of these from a place of discernment so that I am confident in the choice that I make, whatever that may be. But what I'm getting here for you guys, because especially because this is ending up in the third position, there can be a certain pull towards what is safe or easy or a financial sure thing. And then there can be this other part of you that's like, but my soul is calling me this way, or my emotions or my intuition are calling me this way. Sometimes there can be a divide between the head and the heart, right? It's part of, being a spiritual being, having a human experience. It's part of, the what we're here to learn in this school of life, right? So I do feel like there's going to be some, I don't want to say tests, but because it doesn't feel that serious, but there's going to be some, opportunities for you where your choice is going to be very important. The choices that you make, whom you choose to, involve in these choices, and then the way, your motivating force and factor going about making these choices. But it's interesting that this is where the road is leading for the second half of the month. I think it will be very interesting going into your birthday season and kind of seeing the extending, energy around this. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up with a lot more choices and possibilities open to you than you had previously. And there's going to be an aspect of it within this star energy kind of glowing on everything that just feels very divine and very right. But I do feel like a good hint and clue for you is meeting up with that pack of mountain goats, right? There's this very strong sense of finding where you belong and feeling like you're one of the tribe. So that I feel like is a very good clue for you, because I feel like one or two, or who knows how many of these options, are going to hold that kind of energy or potential for you. Community, oneness, tribe, right? It's really nice, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and get some advice for you. Some advice for Capricorn. Beautiful. So your advice is the Empress. Really, really beautiful, because the Empress is the creative mother, right? She is the mother of the tarot. She's pregnant here. She's the one who understands what it's like to give birth to new conditions. She gives birth, right? She brings things to life. So it's really beautiful here, and I'm really drawn to the fact that you have the Magician repped here, and then the Empress is your advice. There's an aspect of this that speaks to patience and timing, right? So it can be very tempting, or you can feel pressure either from yourself or others to kind of make a decision soon, or kind of have a clarity about what you're kind of I'm hearing like, I just want to tie this up. I just want to be settled. I just want to have this figured out. But I'm hearing to be patient and trust that, that rushing anything or forcing anything is not going to lead you to your best placement. And it does lead to regret in the long term. So just sort of look to, the reality that things are going to happen within an organic pacing and timing, and things are lining up for you. But there isn't a clear end here on it. It's this and then it's done, right? This is an evolution. It's a process, and it's where you're moving into for 2023. So with the Empress as your advice, it says expect good things, practice patience, and know that it's a lot less about where you end up than what it is in the experience of you getting there. So it's another way of saying it's a lot more about the journey than it is the destination, just like that mountain goat, right? The whole point of that, the majority of the meditation was the mountain goat traveling and moving along. When it got to its, group, the meditation was over. So I feel like there's something in that for you. I also feel like there's another message around here around what's going on now in the process, and as you are formulating and as you are moving forward and taking your time getting to this place of clarity or resolution. This is the really good stuff, and it's going to hold a lot of information for you. And if you're too focused on the end result, you'll miss a lot of opportunity. And that's just the way it goes, right? In my experience, that is the way it goes. So with this as your advice, expect good things. Expect good things and practice patience. It's really, really beautiful, Capricorn. Let's get an oracle. I'm feeling like this one. Get an oracle for Capricorn. Ooh. That one didn't want to come out. Ooh. Wait, I saw another. Yes. Okay, you see on the Empress, there's bats hanging here. So bats are death energy, right? One thing ending so that another one can begin. It's interesting with the bat energy. And then you have the bat. I share my needs, listening, sensitivity, bat and throat chakra. This is really, really fascinating. I share my needs. I feel like this is coming up within, aligning with those. You're going to get a lot of information when you actually use your voice and express your needs and see who is aligned or all right with you doing so, and who has friction around it, who isn't really willing to listen. Notice those who are willing to listen to you and are actually hearing what you're saying. Those are the people that are your people. That's the opportunity or opportunities for you. Notice those who kind of just don't want to hear it or kind of tune you out. Or if I can hear you saying like, I'm sharing my needs. I'm sharing within this 7 of Cups, like what I want or what I want this to look like, or where you're offering me this. Could you give me more details, or what would this look like if I went with this option? And if you get some friction or some tension around the response, you feel like you're not being heard, that is a really good sign that that is not for you. So I really love this. Don't be afraid to use your voice and then really engage in that inherent sensitivity. Back to that Aquarian energy, very psychic energy as well, being able to perceive things that are not easily perceptible. That is really, really good information for you. The fact that it's holding death energy within it too, with the bat energy, says you may have struggled with this in the past, of choosing partners, opportunities, co-work, whatever this is for you, that maybe you found out you weren't on the same page and you felt like, wow, they're not hearing me. They're not hearing me. And you may have tried really hard to make yourself be heard, to just no avail. And at the end of the day, if you make your best effort to communicate what you need and express yourself, right? And then the other person isn't taking it in, that's about them and not you. And it's a really beautiful sign and a clear sign that they're not aligned with you, right? Again, finding your tribe and your herds. That's a really, really good diagnostic to employ. So with that being said, Capricorn, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I love reading your comments so much. And with that being said, just thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.